was definitely one small step for bees, one giant leap for be kind. CP24 News reports that a live news conference featuring Ontario, Canada Premier Doug Ford was unexpectedly interrupted after the Premier swallowed and choked on a bee.
"I just swallowed a bee,"
Ford said, after momentarily choking during a media availability in Dundalk, Ontario. Ford was in the small rural area to announce an investment of $500,000 in the Ontario-based company Greenlid, which produces compostable and sustainable products. The insect could be seen flying around the Premier's head before landing on his lower lip and eventually making its way down his throat.
"I'm good. He's down here buzzing around right now. He has a lot of real estate,"
Ford exclaimed as he reached for a bottle of water. Ford was a good sport about the incident and told reporters in attendance to replay the blooper.
"That's a good one. That's the best one I've ever seen,"
he said as the news conference concluded. The spokesperson for the Premier said he was doing well following the incident. Here's a question. What attracted the bee to Ford in the first place? I mean, does the Premier have an affinity for nectar? Maybe he has some secret flower fetish? Inquiring minds want to know.
So they have no problem running into burning buildings, but bats is where they draw the line. The Reno Gazette-Journal reports that a fire station in Washoe Valley, Nevada officially shut down because bats took over the building. The firefighters who work full-time at Fire Station 30, located 20 miles south of Reno, reported bats flying around the living quarters and landing on the front screen door. They could be heard in the walls and attic. Dead bats were found in the equipment. And then came the overwhelming smell of guano, which is just a nice way of saying piles of bat poop. Bats are a protected species in Nevada, so there were no brooms swung, axes aimed, or powerful water hoses pointed at the bug-eating night flyers. But bats can be a real threat, carrying diseases like rabies, which is almost always fatal in humans. It doesn't even take a bite or a scratch to get rabies. The deadly virus can be found in bat drool. It's a problem at this fire station that dates back at least 8 years, said Fire District Chief Charles Moore. After a few bat sightings in the summer of 2015, fire officials waited until winter and sealed up every crack and crevice. But this year, the combination of an aging firehouse built in the 1950s and creatures that can squeeze through a hole the width of a straw forced the shutdown. The firefighters and vehicles at Station 30 were moved 5 miles away to Station 32. Closing the station was a tough decision, Moore said. But after talking to bat experts, the fire chief learned bats like the place, not the people. And bat colonies return to their birthplace every year. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Well, I guess the firefighters in Washoe Valley sure do.
Who needs to buy a Thanksgiving dinner when the dinner is going to come to you? WSAW-TV News reports that a wild turkey broke through a second-story window at the City Walk Apartments in Wausau, Wisconsin, causing the police to come to rescue the bird and re-release it. Doris Madden lives at City Walk Apartments. She was suspicious when she noticed the broken window. "We had no idea what had caused it, or if anybody was even home," Madden said. She called the apartment manager, who got maintenance to investigate. When he opened the door, there's the turkey. And so he thought, I'm not going to try to catch the thing. So he called the police station for animal control, Madden said. Police officers in Wausau received a report of a wild turkey on the loose and responded by trying to wrestle the bird as it flew between rooms, video shows. It really underscores the unpredictable nature of the job that our officers are asked to do at any given time, Wausau Police Department Patrol Captain Todd Baton told the Huffington Post. After hyping themselves up, the officers walked into the apartment wearing protective gloves. One carried a net. But each time they came close, the turkey proceeded to fly or race away.
"We needed 2 of these, Brady,"
one officer told another as the turkey fled into the kitchen. Eventually, they were able to capture the bird and released it unharmed outside. "I'm just glad it wasn't my apartment," Madden said. "Aw, you turkey."
Oh man, that's gonna leave a mark. The New York Post reports that a Florida firefighter was recovering in a hospital after he was bitten on the face by an alligator while swimming in a lake, officials and loved ones said. 34-year-old Juan Carlos Laverde, a U.S. Air Force veteran currently serving as a firefighter and paramedic, had been preparing for an athletic competition when he was attacked in Lake Thanatasasa, People magazine reported. He suffered severe injuries to his head and face, according to the description of a GoFundMe campaign that was started by a friend, Kenny Sarin. Despite the wounds inflicted by the large reptile, Laverde was able to escape its jaws, swim ashore, and call the sheriff's office for help, according to the fundraiser. He was then rushed to Tampa General Hospital, where he underwent a 6-hour surgery to repair the damage to his skull and jaw, after which he was transferred to the ICU. In an update post, Laverde's friend Sarin revealed that the firefighter's condition has been on the mend, but he has a long way to go until full recovery. According to Fox 13 News, experts say alligators do not want anything to do with people. However, when they start being fed, they lose their fear of humans. Said Dan Kostel, Zoo Tampa Associate Curator of Reptiles and Fish, "It's usually not the person feeding the alligator that gets bit, it's somebody that doesn't even know there's an alligator there." Alligators nest on dry land, and getting near one can be the reason for an attack. Mothers are very protective. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission sent a trapper to the lake after the attack and launched an investigation.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. I mean, hey, my cat's gotta eat.